Alright, Adobe XD beginners. Today we are going to create this beautiful Netflix page I screenshotted on my phone. Okay, so let's get right into it. If you have your Adobe XD, just get it open. And the resolution or the size we used is iPhone 12 Pro Max. So go ahead and click on it. It will give you the exact measurements I'm using. Okay, now let's design the background first. Okay, so what you need to do is to think of shapes, text, buttons, and then images. So these are the things that will make your app look very interesting. Okay, so first of all, come right here, select your rectangle, click and drag it across your page, just like that. Okay, and then quick tips right here. For you to understand or use your tools very quick, you should identify the shortcuts of this HTML right here. Okay, so this is your selection tool. It is used to select anything on your artboard. Okay, and the shortcut is V. This is a rectangle. The shortcut is R, and this is ellipse, E. In other apps it's called circle, but here is ellipse, E. And the triangle here is called the polygon, which is Y. And the line is simply L. And the pen tool, which is P. The text, which is T. The artboard, which is A. And the search, which is the zoom button, which is Z. So when you are able to keep all these shortcuts in your mind, you will work very fast and also easy. All right, now you have click and drag your shape across your artboard like that. Click on that shape, come right here, disable the border, click on the fill, and then to the color effect selection, click on linear gradients. Okay, now this is how the linear gradients looks like. Okay, so on the color one, come somewhere, ash right here, like that, and then the second color, go right away black. Okay, click and drag these points right here, click and drag it up like that. Okay, now you have your gradient background to start working out. I can color one should come a little bit in the red, red a little bit like that. Okay, so we have designed our background for the app. Now these are the things that we would need. Okay, and if you want to download any icons that you want for your app, just go to Google Fonts, and when you are on the page, come right here, click on icon. Okay, to reveal the icons that you can download, and it is very easy. If you want the home button, click on it, and right here you can download SVG and then PNG. You can increase the size of the particular icon you are downloading. You can copy. You can also show or type in a color code that you want. So when you are downloading any icon that you want to manipulate and change colors, click on SVG so that you can get in hold of the colors that you want to use for your icon. And also, if you want to download image like this, okay, just head over to Pinterest and then type in movie album or movie posters. You can get those of it to choose from. Okay, now let's start with the Netflix. You can download a Netflix logo if you want. Let's put it right here. Okay, zoom your work. Nice. Come here, select your text tool, text tool, type home like that, select it, and then change the color to white. Also, we have to increase the size right here. Okay, and then we have to edit our text small. I think we need to give it a bold, to be bold like that. We are just mimicking the page, so however we have to make it look similar so that we can transfer these ideas to any other app that we want to create. So if you are able to create something like this, you can create UX or UI page for your clients. All right, now we need the download button. I have it right here, so this is what I need. Okay, let me send it there. Okay, and again the search right here, I already have it, so I'll bring in the search. Now we have to look at the gap between the search and here, and then mimic it to be like that. Okay, remember, we are not doing absolutely how it is, but we have to at least make it look like the Netflix page. So here you can see they drew a shape and then work on their border radius, and then they added a text inside. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. So come right here, click and drag that your shape like that. Okay, zoom it, and then uncheck the fill right here to remove the color inside your shape so that we will be only working on the border. Okay, so change the border radius to white and also increase the border to 2, and now you will tweak the border radius right here to 50% like that. Okay, you just click and drag it so you find a shape like that, and it is exactly the same how this shapes here looks like. All right, you are seeing it. Okay, now you can duplicate it by holding Alt and Shift to duplicate on a certain axis, which is the X-axis. All right, and I think you should bring it closer small. Hold Shift, bring it small. This time around you are holding only Shift, don't add the Alt or else it will copy. Now here to hold Alt, Shift, click and drag the third one, and then stretch the side right here. Okay, now we add the text inside. Okay, remember we are trying to mimic the app. So here they say show and reduce the size. Let's give it 15 and see. Okay, and back, bring it here. Okay, they say shows 1, 2, 3, and then let's make the text regular to be the normal size. Nice. And then you double click and drag it to the next shape, and then change the name to be movies. Very simple like that. Okay, do the same thing. Alt Shift, double click and drag. Okay, now it says categories. All right, so easy to create these buttons right here or shapes right here. So add the drop down icon here, and I already have it here, so I will copy and then paste it, and then I'll send it there. Okay. 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 So I'll bring it here. I'll zoom the work. Push your category small, and then rotate this to 90 degrees like that. Oh, sorry. Let's do it 270 degrees. Yes, that's how we want it to be. Okay. So you change the color to white. Nice. Up a little bit. Okay. Just try it, and it looks cool after all. So let's add this album here and the buttons right here. Okay. So pick your rectangle tool. All right. Click and drag across the page like that. Just measure it so that it will look like the poster right here. Okay. So here is where we'll be using the CSS property of the align. Okay. So come up here and then click on it like that. It will position it at the center like that. Okay. So let's deal with the border radius right here. Click and drag and give it a small border radius like that. Okay. Come down here, make the border to be white. All right. So to add the image, just drag the image somewhere here. Select the image, hold shift, select the background, right click, and then click on max with shape. Okay. All right. Now you double click on it, and then you will adjust the image within the shape that you just masked. Okay. So what you did is you are creating a layer inside the shape whereby that image shouldn't overlap or exceed the edges of the square or the rectangle that we created. So this image right here shouldn't exceed or shouldn't pass these lines, this border line right here. That's what we just did. Okay. Now stretch it to the image overlaps it small, and when you click outside, you can see your image perfectly. Position it and taking the shape that we gave it. Okay, now let's create these buttons right here. All right. Again, pick your rectangle, click and drag like this. Okay. Zoom in, deal with the border radius like that. Okay. And then remove the border from it. Okay. And then duplicate with alt shifts, and then duplicate it like that. Okay. Think it should come in small. So let's duplicate this one rather. That is it. So we will be adding the play icon and also my lists icon. All right. So this is the play icon right here. Just drag it and then place it here like that. And then your text tool, just write play there and make sure you make the color black like that. Okay. We are mimicking. So let's increase the weight. Let's give it semi bold, and then increase the size like 18 right here. Nice. Okay, let's position it well. Okay, and then add the list right here. It says my list. Let's make sure it's at the center like that. Okay, and this background right here has to be black. So we will invert the color right here. I think that's how it is. Okay, so okay, it's rather transparent. All right, so give it white like that. All right, so make it white and come up here where it says appearance opacity. Just drag it back like somewhere 39. Okay, and then you change the color to be ash, somewhere like this. Okay, and I think the border radius must go back a little bit. It's too sharp. Nice. Okay, with the text to write my list right here. Make the color white. Okay, now we are done with the buttons. Okay, so I think we should give this image, you see there's a white borderline right here. Okay, so we need to give our own border like that. Okay, let's give it white. So we are done with the buttons. Now let's create the home navigations here, and then we will come back to these icons and these buttons right there. So pick a rectangle again, click and drag somewhere like that. Okay, place it here like that. Uncheck the border and also make it black like that. All right, now bring your icon, make it white, and then bring them on the shape you just created. Okay, easy like that. So remember, you are doing it in a way that your client will admire or will understand the whole point of how the app will look like. Okay, so if you try your hands on these tutorials, you'll be able to design any app that is over the internet. Okay, so just try to align it. Okay, so now let's use this home. Okay, if you're able to get this kind of home, fine, but if not, let's stick to this icon right here. All right, okay, like that. So T to call your text, write it there, home, like that. Okay, like that. And then I think the text should be regular. Yes. So bring your other icons. So this one we will flip it to the left and also flip it upside down like that, and then flip it again so that we can get this one right here. Okay, so make sure you reduce the opacity of this two somewhere like that, okay, to mimic how this one looks like. All right, okay, now let's add the profile right here. So the same way, create your box like that, a square like that, and then you work on the border radius to very little like that. Okay, now you get your image. All right, okay, so you bring your image, you zoom your work, and then you select the two of them, and then you mask with shape like that, double click it, and then position the image how you want it to be inside, and then it will take the shape like that. Okay, so the next is we are writing the text under them, and then we are done with it. Okay, now let's duplicate this name right here, and then we will change it to games. Okay, and then my Netflix. Okay, now let's position it very well. So designing is all about thinking before you do anything else. You just watch the initial design and see how it will look like. Try your hands on it before you come on board. Okay, so there is a circle right here like that. Okay, so this looks very beautiful and very easy. Now let's add this series right here. Okay, remember we are mimicking, so when you are doing it, we do it as it is. Now press Alt Shift, click and drag to duplicate this Netflix right here. Okay, bring it somewhere here. You can reduce the size. Okay, T for the text, and then write series right here. Okay, let's see their font. Okay, in caps. All right, so series like that. Select the text and then give it a space between them, so 15. Let's see, 15 is small. Finally 200. Okay, then you get a space like that. So I think it's quite similar, but let's give it a bold for the weight. Bold. Okay, bring your Netflix closer like that, and then you position them somewhere here. Okay, good. Now you have your app ready, so view it, and then it looks very good. So showing this to your clients will be very happy to see that. Okay, so come back to your Netflix. So this second page right here, you click and drag it across the page like that, and then you give it a color. to be black. Okay, and finally you will add this your Netflix on the page like that. Okay, all right, so this artboard right here, click on the artboard name. Okay, come to prototype, click on this home right here. Okay, which is the floor, which shows which one should come first. All right, so you will drag this page and then leave it on top of this one like that. Okay, now you will come to trigger, choose time. Okay, and then delay before it happens, choose 1 second. All right, and then transition, just leave it on transition. And the animation, choose slide left. Okay, and the animation duration, let's leave it on 4 seconds, 0.4 seconds like that. And then let's preview our work. Okay, you see, I think it's too sharp. The delay is too fast, so let's choose 3 seconds here and see how it will behave. Okay, very simple, very nice, and very beautiful. Stay tuned, and there is more to learn using Adobe XD. Thank you, share, and also like.